Hello everyone and welcome back to the Super League here in Gavra Racing. It is round 2 and we are once again back in China, as all the races have been this week across the whole of Gavra Racing. This is the Super League, the highest league we have in Gavra, some of our fastest drivers in this league, and I am joined once again by...
Cypher Knight 77 here, joining you in the comm box as per usual, and like you said, this is round 2, so it'll be the second opportunity for these Super League guys to show us exactly what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can do. We had quite an exciting race out last week, a couple of collisions, a couple of controversial crashes that happened, but we also had quite a lot of good overtaking as well, a lot of clean racing from all the drivers. That's what we love to see here in Gavra Racing, clean and fun racing, as the Premier Series champion just went pole there for 134.1. But we have a few penalties from last race. So Holland Campion has an LLP2 and an RLP1, so he will not be able to come out in quali until 5 minutes left in the session. And I believe, Cypher, I don't know if you can correct me on this, I believe an RLP1 is a points reduction?
LLP1?
You got an LLP1 and you got an RRP1, which I believe is a points reduction in the championship, or just in that race. I'm not too sure. Someone will be able to correct me on that.
But either way, still, you don't really want to be getting penalties this early in the season. I mean, it's still a long way to go for a lot of these guys, so I think really, for those who had incidents in the last race, they'll just need to keep the car in peace, just try to get from lap 1 to the last lap here, and, you know, hopefully just build up momentum for round 3.
Yeah, the drivers do need to keep it very, very clean, but also Mares got an LLP2, so he will also not be able to come out and qualify until 5 minutes left in the session, and also Shankster also got an LLP2 as well. And Shankster's put in a time which he shouldn't have done, so he may also then carry that penalty over to the next race, which is not great, but he needs to abide by his penalty. Gav, mate, Shanks hasn't taken his penalty on board if you want to sort that out, but who else was it? Mares as well, yeah, LLP2, so he's in the pits, and Holland Campion in the pits as well. But at the moment, at him here, Cypher Knight has gone almost 5 tenths quicker than Piero here, and this man is flying at the moment in the Mercedes.
True, but he is still on the medium compound, so there's a chance for a lot of people to go faster. Obviously, last week we saw everyone use the softest compounds. China here could be a bit of a different story when it comes to tire wear, with a lot of sweeping left and right corners, but who knows, maybe we'll even see a few people choose the hard tires as well, although judging from the lap times that some people have been putting on the hards in their own sort of practice sessions, I don't know if that'll be the optimal strategy this race.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yesterday, I know a lot of drivers, the one stopped work for them, the mediums to the hards. I think this is why quite a lot of the drivers here, the likes of Attengren, Piero, Toussaint and Dan Schneider, all opting for the set of mediums. Trying to get to a lot of the drivers actually opting for the set of mediums, and I think that's what they're trying to go for here, medium to hard strategy. If you do fall outside the top 10, however, you do get free choice of tyre, and you are actually allowed to start on the hard tyre. So if you do fall outside the top 10, you can do whatever strategy it works best for the position that you're in, and we saw a lot of people jump up a lot of positions yesterday in the Premier Series because of strategy. So it's going to be a big factor here in the Super League. Joe, though, going out on the softs, he's 2 tenths behind Attengren at the moment, and I believe he will have to start on the softs unless he can beat his time in the mediums. But if he cannot beat the time on the mediums, he will have to start on the softs, which will, looking like that Cypher Knight, that'll force him into a 2-stop strategy.
And that is definitely quite possible. Of course, you can never predict things like virtual safety cars and safety cars, and in recent Gavra memory, this track has been somewhat notorious for having safety cars, so that could also change the complexion of this race, as we have less than 9 minutes left to go in quali, so Holland and Maris should be out on laps in the next 5 or so minutes once all is said and done.
So yeah, we'll have to see what times them two can put in. One of them the Freshman League champion, the other one the Academy League champion. Both in the pits at the moment, serving their penalties. And just looking at the grid at the moment, Shankster there in 8th place. Jojo Powers on a lap on the mediums. Play Dutchy, our previous Super League champion, also on a lap at the moment. He's just gone fastest in Sector 2. So he's coming around the top of the track here. Turn 14. The long sweeping right-hander, really difficult to keep. The rear end of the car under control, and now he goes down the 1 kilometre back straight here. In China, it'll have DRS around about halfway down the straight. And he'll come down now towards the heavy braking zone and the hairpin of turn 15. And let's see whether he can hook it up really nicely. Oh, and he does. Gets around the corner very nicely there as he comes up towards the final corner here. Let's see what time he can put into the line. Oh, and he goes 4th on the mediums, so he does a 1:31.3, just behind his teammate Piero by 400. So good lap from Play Dutchy there on the mediums. And it is really going to be a mix-up of strategy here, aside from that. Quite a few people opting for the softs, but over half of the people opting for the mediums. So it's going to be a very exciting race, as Tim just went fastest in the middle sector as well there.
That's true, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe currently in 13th, and Tilipin, I believe he's new for this race, so we'll have to see what kind of laps he can put on, opting for the soft tires in that Williams car. It goes down the long straight.
I believe X90G actually replaced Antelopin last week. So this is his first full race here in the Super League. And yeah, we'll have to see what times he's able to put in, as we have not seen much from him as of yet. As he's going to come around the final corner. Let's see what time he can put in here.
Very loose off the final turn.
Looked like he just backed out of his time there at the end. Oh, he invalidated, I believe. Yeah.
MQ opting for the softs. He's now up to 2nd.
Oh yes, MQD 2nd place there on the soft tyres. And put himself in a good position. These drivers, it's very difficult to push for a soft to hard. We didn't see much of that yesterday. As yesterday we had a very random and unnecessary early safety car. There was no one retired, and there was no debris on the track. But a safety car came out, and that was on lap 1 of yesterday's Premier Series race. So some of these drivers who have opted for the soft tyre might want to hope for a safety car, maybe even a virtual safety car, if that would help them out. Reduce around about half their pit stop time from around 20 to 22 seconds to around 10 seconds usually is what the virtual safety car does, depending on what position they're in. But there's a big mix-up in strategy here. Is this going to be a very good race as it was yesterday here, Cyphernet?
Indeed. Of course, still have 5 minutes left, although the top, I believe top 2 actually, because I don't know if Adam has set a time on the softs yet, even though he has the soft selected. We do know that MQ and Joe have set times on the soft tires, followed by Piero and Play Dutchy on the mediums. So going all the way down to Jojo Power, the last of the top 10, you could see maybe some guys from the top 10 who might be a little bit those outside of the top 10 who might be a little bit faster than those inside the top 10 come race time.
Yeah, that's it's very true. Some people opting for the medium tyres so they can go for that one stop, and the guys on the softer tyres will be a lot quicker. As I believe Atim has actually set his fastest timers on the mediums, I believe. So that time, that 1:30.7, absolutely blistering laps, because he did those on the mediums. beating some of the drivers here who even gone out on the softs. He's very, very quick as from what we can see here, and it might be another dominant performance from him this round here in China.
Yes, he's very fast. As Holland now has come out of the pits on mediums himself, just behind the Red Bull. But yeah, Adam's pace, he definitely showed it with his strategy working at Australia last week. And if he can work it out again today, it'll be a second win in a row, of course. Nothing is usually set in stone in F1, so we'll just have to wait and see till the very end of this race.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. It's the first driver that crosses the line wins, so whoever can make it there at the end will win this round 2 in the Super League. But at the moment it's Atmgren starting on pole, followed by MQD and Joe. That's the top 3. Then it's the 2 AlphaTauris of Piero and Playducci, Tim in the Red Bull behind, then AB Techers, then Toussaint, the Premier Series champion, Dan Schneider, and then Jojo Powers. That's the top 10 at the moment. As he said, Holland is on an outlap, Dom Rajib's on an outlap, it's Jax is on an outlap. Mares, though, still in the pits at the moment.
Adam has actually decided to go for a soft tire run.
Maybe he believes he has the pace to. Maybe he believes he has the pace to keep up and do that 2-stop in the race.
Of course, Joe, he's still on his set of soft tires. He had his previous lap invalidated as he gets overtaken by Shankster, who puts a time in on the soft tires himself.
So it's very close between them two, and 700ths of a second between them both. Joe has just gone fastest in Sector 1 at the moment. So keep an eye on him and his times, as it's Jax just starting his lap. Let's see who else here is on a lap. Shankster looks like...
he got a huge slipstream from his teammate Adam, but he gets invalidated right before the line. I think Toussaint honestly could have gotten pole there with the slipstream help, but invalidated at the last minute.
Yeah, the slipstream is very strong around this track, and they will be needing it to try and boost themselves up the grid on those medium tyres. Obviously, they aren't as fast as the softs, but some of the drivers trying to work together here, as we just saw there from Atim and Toussaint. And they'll be hoping, yeah, look, once again, look, you can see it here, Siphonite, both of them just trying to gain slipstream off of each other here. As let's have a look here as Joe's coming up to the line. He's on a decent lap. He might be able to get ahead of MQD. Get ahead of Shankster with this time. Oh, and he goes pole, actually. A 1:30.7 from Joe on the softs. Goes ahead of Atmgren on the softs. Atom's 4/10 up, though, on his time, Siphonite. And he's just gone fastest in the middle sector. This man is flying at the moment.
Probably why he opted for the soft tires, considering those around him were also on the softs. Of course, Jax, Don Rajiv, and Holland also coming around to get their first laps in as well. Got a few outside of the top 10 who have retired.
Jax just went fastest, a 1:30.4 on the softs. Let's see where Holland goes on his mediums. He only goes 12th. And Don Rajiv's coming around that very good lap there from It's Jax, though. Let's see where Atom's going to go. Oh, no, he's slowing down at the end. I don't think he wants to put the faster lap in on the sauce, it looks like.
Toussaint also slowing down on the mediums. Probably doesn't want to go faster either. And so here comes Techers across the line. On the fast lap, he stays 9th, as well as Dan. Well, Dan's actually, he's starting his lap now.
As there is 5 seconds left to go in the session, so a couple of drivers retiring. They know they can't put in faster times, so they're happy with their time at the moment. The only person here, Jax, not to put in a time who didn't put in a time because he got disqualified for, according to the game, parked in a dangerous location, is Mares, and he will start from the back of the grid.
Indeed, Mares obviously didn't get out on his time here. We still have quite a number of drivers on laps. It'll be very interesting to see anyone's time to get eclipsed, Toussaint being the last driver in the top 10 on those medium tires. But I think Tim was the first driver who's still on his lap.
yeah, we've got Tim at the moment. Not to get confused with Atom Grin, but it's coming down towards the hairpin of turn 15, and it looks to be on a good time at the moment. Let's see where this will put him on his soft run. As he comes around the final corner, slight lockup. Shouldn't have affected his time too much. As he comes up to the line, he goes a tenth quicker, moves himself up into 6th places. Oh, Dan Schneider lost it on the curb there.
Spinning and losing his rear tire there. The Renault Thunder have to be careful. To the line, he stays 17th. So that just leaves Adam, I believe. Yeah, Adam was still out there just in case, but he's also abandoned his lap.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Siphonite, could you see if you could invite Mares back, because he's he lagged out the session.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do here.
As that is qualifying here in China for round 2, here in the Super League. And it's looking up to be a very, very good race here. As It's Jax will start on pole, followed by Joe in seconds. That is the front row of the grid. Let's see who will be able to get the job done here. Those drivers who started on the softs will have to go for the 2-stop strategy in this race unless they can push those softs to a 1-stop, soft to hard. It is possible, but it is very, very difficult to do. It requires a lot of tire managing. And let's see if these Super League drivers can do it. As 32 people watching us. So thank you for joining us here in the Super League. Our top league here in Gavra. Some of our fastest drivers in Gavra Racing in the F1 leagues. All combined together into this league, and all the leagues so far, Siphon, I have to say, the new system that we've done in terms of putting the drivers in their positions have been very, very good this season.
Indeed, and see here just on the director, Dan has a 10-place grid penalty for the race, so...
Oh, he does.
He'll be starting all the way back at 19th, moving Don Rajiv up to 11, so... About half of the top 10 opting for soft tires, including Jax and Joe, who have managed to go first and second, so no double pole for Adam.
No double pole for Adam. He has gone for that 1-stop strategy, though. Looking like the better strategy here in this race, but those guys on the softs, they need a good first stint if they want to gain that gap out and not lose too much here in the race. And both Jax and Joe are going to need a very good start off the line.
We saw last week at Australia MQ, he was able to make the 1-stop strategy, but he starts inside the top 5 this time on the softs, so it'll be interesting to see how he can make up his gain on Adam this race.
And yeah, we'll have to see whether he's able to catch up to Atom. Oh, we got a no-name driver. I believe that's Mares, because when they leave and join back, it doesn't show up the player IDs. But we do know that's Mares. This is 20 seconds now until the start of the formation lap. And let's see what's going to happen here in this race. Around China, normal rules apply, 50% race here. And we'll have to find out what's going to happen into the long right-hand first corner. And there is the pit stop strategy. So those drivers on the softs will have to push a 2-stop, soft, medium to medium.
MQ's not gotten off the grid.
I don't know why, but my car is in the race. Am I able to...
Oh, MQ.
Oh, MQ, I think
been disqualified from the session. He did not get off the start line.
So it's Jax on pole here at the moment, followed by Joe in second, Attengrin in third, MQD in fourth, Shankster in fifth, Tim in sixth, Pierre in seventh, Playducci in eighth, AB Techers in ninth, Toussaint in 10th, Don Rajib in 11th, Holland Campion in 12th, Jojo Power in 13th, Tiger Antelope in 14th, Before You Die in 15th, Thunder in 16th, that's not myself, I don't know why I'm there, Mares in 18th, and Dan Schneider will be at the back of the grid in 19th place. I hope my car doesn't get in the way here, Siphonite. It shouldn't do, should it?
I'm probably not the person to talk about that.
I hope it doesn't get in the way. It's nothing I can do about it. I don't know why it's there. Shouldn't get in the way. It'll just run around as a back marker, hopefully. But as it's Jackson Joe here, Siphonite. Really need a good start off of this line here into turn one. They don't want people trying to dive it down the inside of them, as we know from yesterday. A lot of people going down the inside into turn 1 and 2, because just the way the corner is built, the drivers who take a wider line, it just allows the drivers on the inside just to gain so much more of an advantage, and especially if they've built up a lot more speed into the corner, they're able to take it down the inside. So Joe and its Shacks here are going to really need to cover off of this start line.
And definitely the people who are starting on medium tires, they will have a little bit less traction than those on the soft tires usually on the race start. It's decently hot here in Shanghai, so you may see a lot of drivers sliding around these shifting corners.
Yeah, we'll have to see see how these drivers fare with the tyres off of the start line, as some of them are starting on the mediums. A couple of them have started on the hard. Dan Schneider, Don Rajib, both starting on the hard tyre. And let's see what happens here in this race. It's round 2 here. Oh, and it's lights down and away they go. Oh, and Shankster's already off to a good start. It's a bad start from MQD. Tim already getting the jump up into first place here, Siphonite already. Dutchy, Piero's had a really bad start here. Holland, a really good start off the line already. Oh, someone's round, it's Tim! It's Tim round! And he's collected a few of the cars.
Yeah, Adam spun in front of the field. I think the Red Bull, the Haas of Jojo Den, has lost the front wing. I don't know what happened there. I don't think he made contact with anyone, but here comes the Williams of Shankster, boosting all the way up into 4th. Holland getting pushed out there by Shankster. Piero receive a penalty.
Piero taking advantage there of the battle between Holland and Shankster, getting the move done. As at the moment, my car's battling with my car's battling with Mares at the moment. Not sure what's happening there, but Holland's still all over the back of Piero at the moment, followed by Shankster, and Shankster close up behind Holland Campion at the moment. Is he able to get the move done? Oh, Shankster runs really wide. This might allow Antelope to get the move done here. Is he able to, as we come down the 1 kilometre straight? But the cars at the moment won't have the DRS, as Attengrin getting past Dan Schneider there. AB Techers going for the move here on Antelope and getting the move done. So a couple of moves happening at the back. There's 2 racing points going at it here. There's a Haas of Jojo Power. Is he going to look for the move down the inside of Mares? Gets the move done there. As I'm not doing very well at the moment. I'm all the way down in 18th. But Adam here trying to build his way back up. And looks like a few people who got collected up by Atom's spin here, Siphonite, have now come into the pits to repair their damage.
Yeah, Adam had gotten ahead of Joe and Jax off the start of the line, but he just spun either through tire spin or maybe slight contact, but he spun in front of the entire field. And that's totally messed up a lot of people's front wings. It's had the other racing point of Dan and Tilipin actually pit.
As Atom is back up into 14th, so I'm not sure why it's saying that car is there, but we'll just ignore that for now. As it's Joe at the moment is leading, followed by Tim in second, Playducci in third. I don't know why it says Dan Schneider and it's Jax up top. This game
Oh,
needs to
there.
fix itself.
Actually, it just fixed itself for me. It says Jax is now down in 18th, and Joe is actually being pressured by Tim in the Red Bull down the straight. Will he make the move by the time of the hairpin side by side, the Red Bull and the McLaren? Ooh, little lock up from Tim. Will push Joe out a little bit. Joe still keeping it down the inside and then tucks in. And Tim will now take the lead of Shanghai. Ooh, runs wide there.
That's Joe trying to fight back here. Joe actually gets ahead of Tim now. As it's like these two want to be careful. They can't be battling too much because it's just going to allow those drivers on the medium tyres to just gain a gap on them. And these two really do need to pull away, try and work together in unison, even though they're not on the same team, to get away from these drivers so they can try and make that two-stop strategy work in this race.
Well, this is what I was saying a little bit. Either the drivers who started outside of the top 10 or those starting on the medium tires, I think they would just have the better pace, as these soft tires may not be a race compound, and more for qualifying.
Ooh,
that, or these two struggling a little bit for pace right now.
AB Tech is here. I think he lagged out of the session and he's joined back. Just unfortunately lost 2 positions because of it. Is Jojo Power going to go around the outside of Thunder? Gets the move done. Up into 10th place. Oh, and the Renault looked like he just lost the back of the car there. That's allowed Atengren to go through. And this will give us a good opportunity here, Cypher, to see how good Atom is at overtaking. We saw him last week doing a bit of a Mercedes dominant performance, as we've seen him do in real life, and now he's going to be looking for the move here as Timvin played Dutchy going wheel to wheel. Dutchy gets past Timvin in the end, and now Pierre's going to try and attack him as Atom actually getting past both Renaults of AB Techers and Thunder. And Tim's coming to the pits early. Has he got damage, Cypher? I can't see.
No, I think he just wanted to get off of the soft tires. Like he's going to pit onto the medium tires, and he does have a 5-second stop-go penalty as well.
It looks like so he will serve that penalty. Looks like these guys on the soft tires really struggling here. Is Play Dutchy going to try and go around the outside of Joe? Will he be able to get the pass done? Oh, he's just on the faster tyre there, Cypher. Joe left helpless on those soft tyres. Dutchy managing to get past. Up into first place goes the previous Super League champion. I have to say, really good start though from Don Rajib on the hards. He's up into 7th place. Is now being attacked by Jojo Power around the outside. Jojo might try it down the inside.
Ooh, the Ferrari squeezing the Haas there just momentarily. Don not giving Jojo a little bit of space as he dives down the inside. Don looking for a little bit of a switchback on the Haas of Jojo. Adam just looking to try to find a way through, although he's got Thunder behind him as well, as Don runs very wide.
Don Rashid very, very wide there. That's just allowed Atengren to just pick up here. He's got DRS as well. Atengren will try and gain on Jojo Power as much as he can. His teammate not far ahead of him there. Is now Piero getting past Joe. Can imagine Joe, now comes into the pits. He wants off of those soft tyres as quickly as possible. And Shankster, though, stays out on the soft side, so clearly he's not struggling too much in the moment. The Williams driver, Joe, comes in, though. Will come in for the set of mediums, it looks like. Yes, he does. So in for a set of mediums comes Joe. Come out in 11th place. Might come back a little bit more.
And Q, who was one of those involved in the earlier incidents, he did opt for soft tires again, I believe. Yeah, from earlier. I think he might be disqualified from this race, but I forget what I was saying then.
I'm not sure, but I'm running in 11th at the moment.
I know, I think your and Q's cars are AI.
Yeah, I'm just in front of Joe and MQ at the moment. Joe's going to try and look for a move round the outside of me. Gets the pass done in the end. I'm not very fast at the moment, it looks like, in that Alfa Romeo, but not causing too much trouble for the drivers, which is good. I didn't want to be in the way of everyone. It was not my fault. The race started before I could go into spectator mode. But Atengren here, Cypher, all over the back of Jojo Power, and he's looking really, really quick on these mediums. He will have the DRS.
Oh, the Renault of Thunder behind has
Oh,
spun.
Antelopen's out. Antelopen's crashed. It's the Williams. Is there going to be a safety car, a virtual safety car? It's Angrin.
That happened. Thunder, he also spun just behind Adam.
Adam looking for the move. Now Shankster comes into the pits. Adam trying to get the move done. No safety car at all there for Antelope. I'm not sure whether Antelope crashed or whether it was just a manual retirement. But Adam's still trying to find a way around Jojo Power at the moment. Let's see if he can get those moves done. He's going to be
now going straight to the hard tires, actually. Gonna come out in that AI fight with Tim just behind.
Shankster just coming out ahead of my car as doesn't seem to be holding drivers up too much. It should be a lot slower than the rest of the people in here. Oh, MQD's out. Was that a manual retirement? I'm not sure.
So, yeah.
As it's Jax having a little battle there with maybe Techers. And managing to get past there. It's Jax was involved in that incident at the start, I believe, where Atom span round and was left sideways across the track. Everyone had to drive around him. A couple of the drivers got caught up though in the incident. I believe it was possibly both Racing Points may have. I'm not too sure. Antelope in the chat saying he touched the grass and span out and retired and hit the wall. So it wasn't a manual retirement. He just lost the car there, and in the end, Antelope unfortunately are out of this race here, Cypher.
Adam, with the pass on Jojo Power, moves him up into the top 5, and before you, challenging Don on the harder tires.
Oh, is Joe managing to get past Thunder there, down into turn... Oh, Tim getting past Shankster as well, down into... Oh, Shankster's going to back down about a fight, though. Tim now is going to try and go for it. Will he try it down the inside into turn 16, the final corner? And he does, and gets past Shankster. And these two are going to be really battling here, actually, Cybernitis. Shankster now, he's got the DRS. He might try and look round the outside, and he's going to get the pass done, though. Tim will have the better line around the inside, so he'll just try and sneak his nose in there so he can get the pass done. A little bit of contact there, but no damage to either of the cars. Good racing between those two as Tim comes out ahead of Shankster. Joe before did manage to get past Thunder, back up into 9th. So that 2-stop strategy not working too bad at the moment for Joe. He's really got to start pushing now, getting that 9.5 second gap down. Try and get the jump on a few of these drivers, and then he'll come in later for another set of mediums, where I can imagine Cypher it will actually be quicker towards the end of this race because everyone else will be on the hards, whereas he will be on the medium tyre.
True, although the drivers who are on the hards now are making it work, because before you is DRS Slipstream on Don Rajid. So to take back what I just said about those on the hards making it work for now, is before you on the mediums. Don
Rajid does have right front wing end plate damage though. And he's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. He seems to be really struggling with that wing damage. I'm not sure where he picked it up from, but he does have damage to that front wing. As Toussaint, he's really close up behind Holland. Both of these two battling now for the final points here, final podium places, sorry. As Holland,
it's around the outside.
Oh, Holland.
Very wide though.
Yeah, Holland had to go wide there as there was a little bit of contact. Toussaint did leave him enough room though, but Holland, he just ran it wide. And Toussaint getting the pass done on Holland. So up now goes the Mercedes, up into 3rd place. And he'll be looking for a better race this week than he did last week, where he actually had a crash with Jojo Power in Australia. So he'll be looking for some redemption alongside his teammate Atengrin. These two very quick drivers. You know, Toussaint, who won the Premier Series last season, they're going to put up a fight against the two leading AlphaTauris at the moment, Dutchy, our Super League champion, and his teammate Piero. Holland in the mix there as well in the McLaren. His teammate down in 9th, Joe, moving his way back up the grid on those fresh mediums. He seems to be really pushing at the moment, especially with Don Rashid with that wing damage. And not too many battles at the moment. Itchchak's about to get a move on my AI car as he's going to dive it down the inside. And looking to just get past my AI there. I'm not doing too well in this race, Cypher. I'm all the way down in 14th.
Well, we're looking at the drivers. We'll have to keep an eye on Joe, since he is the first of those who have pitted. Not sure if he is on... He might be on the two-stop strategy, either that or he's looking to make the set of mediums last. But since he is the leader of those who have pitted, he's sort of in his own league right now, setting his own sort of personal best laps.
Yeah, as he is. He's got a 6.5 second gap ahead of Don Rashid. He's closing that gap down quite quickly. And Absolute 11 said driver of the day, Tigers AI. I can agree on that. We'll go with that. As I'm all the way down in 14th though, so it's not great. But Atom Grin, he's having a battle with Holland Campion up front. Atom Grin trying to get past the McLaren driver here. Holland won't back down for fight. Will just stick the front of his car in that gap to warrant some space. But in the end, Atom Grin getting the move done here. Simon up into 4th. And this is going to be a really good comeback from him after he spun round at the beginning. And Holland won't back down though. Holland will have the DRS. He's going to try and look for the inside. Might try and look for it here into turn 15. Can't get the move done there. Slight lockup in the end. Atom Grin moves up into 4th. And now these two Mercedes here, Cypher, might try and use Slipstream and a bit of teamwork to catch up to the two AlphaTauris in front.
That is true, considering all 5 of these guys are more or less on a similar strategy, looking to go to the hard tires to go to the end. Don might be doing a bit of an opposite strategy, might take the lead in a couple of laps. Meanwhile, down the field with those who might be on the two-stop strategy with Joe, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out with all this, because he could catch Don before the pit stop phase. And as well as Thunder, he had a bit of a spin and he's making his way back into this race just ahead of Tim and Shankster.
Mares and Dan Schneider having a little bit of a battle at the back here, as Mares, he looks to be he lagged out multiple times, so there was a bit of contact there between him and Dan Schneider, but Mares getting past in the end. And as he said, yeah, Joe at the moment on those 4-lap all mediums. We'll have to see how long the mediums can go here, Simon. I think it's around about 12 to 13 laps, I think, on the medium tyres. So we'll have to see when all of these 7 front runners come in, who are all on the one stop, it looks like, the medium to hards. We'll have to see what lap they come in, so we'll get a good idea on how long these mediums will go for. Atom is gaining on his teammate, 1.6 seconds now behind him. And Jojo getting down the inside of Holland, and Holland went into the back of Jojo.
Looked like Holland behind them. Shankster's in the wall.
Shankster in the... he is. Shankster's spun off. He's right on the inside there. Just got to be careful to move out the way of those cars. Has he picked up any damage?
He might have. He hit the inside barrier there.
Is Holland getting back past now? Jojo Power is going to look to the inside. Might be able to get the pass done. He does. Jojo Power will look to the switchback. Just couldn't get his car in that gap. And in the end, Holland gets the pass done on Jojo Power here. Back up into 5th position. These two battling it out here. Connor plays Fortnite in the chat says everyone pit. To answer your question there, if you look on the screen, no, everyone hasn't pit yet. I believe it's just the drivers who had damage or were on the 2-stop strategy from the soft to the medium to medium. As Shankster back into the pits. And AB Tekker's going to go down the inside of me. I'm not going to back down without a fight though. I might try it down the inside, but no, in the end, Tekker's getting past my car. Up into 13th place he goes. He's going to be looking...
You made it when you're commentating your own race.
Yeah, it's very true. I'm not doing too well at the moment though, but Tekker's up into 13th.
Jojo looking for a move on Holland.
He is. Jojo DRS. He's going to be looking for the inside down into turn 15. We see so many drivers overtake into this corner, and in the end he gets the job done before the corner. Big lockup though, but manages to get it. Oh, Piero comes into the pits. And so does Toussaint here, Cypher. So lap 10 or 11, it looks like that's where the cutoff point for these mediums are.
Indeed, I think these guys are pitting, you know, because they also share the pit lane with their teammates, so we could expect Play Duchy and Adam in next time by, although these two will have the undercut on them, and they will come out in the traffic of Don Rajid and of Joe. Joe passing both of these guys.
Piero actually splitting Toussaint and Piero up. So,
oh, right, Piero.
Yeah, Joe right in the mix of these two drivers. As Joe will be looking...
This is going to be really costly. Piero behind Don Rajib for his outlap.
Yeah, will it affect them? Piero being on the faster time is Don Rajib's actually done 11 laps. Oh, there's a Red Bull off. It's Tim's round.
Wall.
No contact, no damage to his car though, but he has spun round Tim. I'm not sure if he lost any positions there. I don't think he did. I think he just lost a lot of time to It's Jax behind. Piero though, he's going to get stuck behind Don Rajib. Remember, Don Rajib's got that damage, and this is just going to hold Piero up, and it's going to allow Toussaint and Joe to both gain on Piero here, Cyphernet.
Have the DRS this time, but I expect Play Duchy and Adam to come in. Jojo and Holland, they might also decide to come in as well.
Play Duchy into the pits. Let's see if Amgren follows. He does. So as he said, it's just trying to split the two drivers apart as they are both in the same team. And so Holland is staying out. So Holland will now take the lead. Stays out on those mediums. Duchy into the pits. Where will we come out relative of the drivers behind him? So Before You Die will come past. Before You Die will split Duchy and Atengrin. And actually Atengrin comes out behind Joe, but ahead of his teammate. Oh no, his teammate just got out ahead of him.
Indeed, so the undercut working into San's favor there. Just to make a time, actually.
Duchy in a really good position though. Managed to get out in second place, only losing one position here, Cypher, and he managed to get out just ahead of this pack of cars at the moment, which are all on completely different strategies apart from Before You Die, that are in this sort of four cars between Toussaint and Atengrin and Piero and Duchy. Holland leads at the moment. He will have to come into the pit, so will Before You Die. So, but two drivers out the way for these two Alpha Tauris. The two Mercedes have got to try and get past Joe and Don Rajib, who are both on very different strategies to the two cars behind. And this could be a real battle for the win and for the podiums here. And these pit stops and the drivers here on different strategies getting in the way of the battle between these front four drivers.
Adam really pushing Zenji to the limit, gonna get past his teammate Toussaint. I don't expect him to put up much of a fight.
No, it doesn't look like it there. Toussaint looks like he just moved out the way to just let Adam go through. And Holland into the pit, so does Before You Die. So Play Duchy will now regain the lead, followed by his teammate Pierre in second. Don Rajib will be in third, and then Joe will be right behind him in fourth. As Joe's actually within DRS range. And Joe might look for the move here. Is Don Rajib going to be very slow around these corners, struggling with that wing damage? As Jojo Power getting just ahead of Holland Campion out of the pits there. Before You Die. Also Thunder came in as well for Thunder's just coming for a pit stop. Joe now being attacked from behind from Atom, but he's also attacking the car of Don Rajib. Might try and get past Don Rajib. Use him as almost as a vehicle shield to try and gain a little bit of a gap to Atomgrim from behind.
And what this has also done is that it's put Jax back in the top 10, although he might have to make a late pit stop, likely for soft tires by the end of this race. But I mean, for the points, for the pole sitter, he could still come away with a top 10 if he plays his cards right.
Well, to see here, there's going to be a big battle building here, Siphon. I would get your eyes down to the two Mercedes and the Ferrari and the McLaren all battling each other. Joe will be wanting to get the move done on Don Rajib, but I think Atim will be wanting to get the move done on Joe. As Atim, he might go for a double overtake down the inside, as Joe's going to have the better line round the outside. On the outside, Angrin might go for a double overtake. Joe will slot in the mix of that. Don Rajib comes into the pit. Attingrin just got a double overtake on both Don Rajib and Joe then to turn 15 and 16.
It was good that he got it done quickly so he could chase after the two AlphaTauris ahead of him. Don Rajib in the pits. He'll lose 8th place with that front wing repair. So it's Jax, and before you will pass him in 9th and 10th. Mares, actually, the last car before the top 10. He'll come out behind his teammate.
Toussaint looking for a move around the outside of Joe, gets the pass done. So both the Mercedes drivers passed Joe here. Joe on those 9-lap-old mediums. He will have to come into the pits very soon. Might just go out at 2 more laps on those mediums and then come in for the rest of the race. He's going to have to just push them a little bit further though if he wants to be able to get to the end of the race on those other set of mediums. But both Mercedes drivers pass, and at him, he seems to be gaining now on Piero ahead of him, and his teammate he's going to try and drag his teammate along with him if Toussaint can get within 1 second of Attingrin here.
Indeed, and I think the biggest loser of that was Joe, who didn't need to be battling but needed to try to pull out the gap, but I think Toussaint and Adam are just way too fast for him. I think when he pits, he might fall all the way behind Jax and before this is over.
Have to find out and see where he comes out, but Toussaint has dropped back a little bit from his teammate, but his teammate is gaining on Piero at the moment. Let's see if Attingrin can get himself back up into the pole position place. He did not start in pole position, he started in 3rd, but he'll want to get up into the pole position as he was on a 1-stop. The 2 drivers ahead of him were on a 2-stop. Let's see what Attingrin is able to do. That gap is just coming down to around about 3/10 as AB Techers and Tim having a little battle at the back here. Oh, it's this big contact between both of them. Just caught that there. And I don't know if AB Techers has got any... Oh yeah, AB Techers has got really bad front damage there to his wing. We'll come into the pits. And I'm 18 seconds behind Dan Schneider. I'm not very quick, am I? Around this track. But Holland, he's gaining now on Jojo Power. As Holland also on that 1-stop strategy along with the front runners. I believe Jojo Power also on the 1-stop strategy as well. Sorry.
So while that's happening, I'll take a quick look at the race penalties for you.
Okay. Just like to say thank you to 42 people watching. And so thank you all for joining us. RC8 says, with Tigers talking and driving at the same time, I'm a man of many talents. What can I say? Multitasking. As Toussaint just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Joe into the pits. He's had enough of those mediums siphon out, and he's coming now, and he's probably going to go on to another set of mediums. Take these to the end of the race with 10 laps remaining. And let's see where he comes out. And have you got a penalty updates for us?
Indeed. So Piero has 3 seconds added to his time, and that's actually Toussaint's second 3-second time penalty. So he is actually in a lot of danger compared to Jojo and Holland on the track. So Play Dutchie and Adam are still relatively safe for now, with no penalties each. But Piero is very close to getting passed by Adam with his time penalty.
As Joe has just come out ahead of Don Rajib after his pit stop, and he's now going to be wanting to push to the car behind of Before You Die, who's on 2-lap-old hards, and it's Jack's on 14-lap-old hards, so he will probably have to come into for a pit stop. Might go for a set of softs if he can towards the end of the race. Might come in for a set of mediums. As carry on, sorry.
I say it's not much, but for everything that Mares has gone through today, to only be 11th is, and to be nearly on the cusp of points is not too bad. Of course, he does have to get around his teammate if he wants to get into the top 10. But all things considered, I think all he needed to do was just have a clean race today. You know, you get a penalty and then you start to think that the world is out to get you. So,
Oh,
the same with
sorry, Joe just went defensive. Is Don Rajib going to try it around the outside of the McLaren? Can't get the pass done there. A little bit of contact. Joe just opting to go for a late defensive before the braking zone though, so it is allowed. Can't be swerving under the braking zone though, because that is very dangerous for the drivers, but manages to stay ahead of Don Rajib. Don Rajib might try it into turn 1 if he can get the pass done.
honestly, this is a pretty rare sight. You don't normally see Don passing anyone, but getting past himself, so he is taking the fight to Joe for the 9th spot. Joe with a few laps fresher medium tires, so this will be for position.
Yeah, Don Rajib.
Close.
Ooh, a little bit of a lock-up from him though, so would have cost him just a little bit of time as he's getting really close behind Joe. Joe needs to open up a gap here if he wants to stop Don Rajib from getting that DRS on the main straight. One of the main overtaking points in this race. Also, we just have a look up to 5th and 6th. Holland Campion within a second of Jojo Power ahead. There's someone off. It's Timf, I believe. Again, same corner. And he's all the way off in the runoff area. He's got bad damage there. And in the end, we'll just come back onto the track. He won't have to pit for that damage. I think Don Rajib's made a mistake because he's dropped back quite far from Joe. Holland not being able to get close to Jojo Power down the straight. Atengrin though, have a look back up top side for now. 1.2 seconds now behind Piero ahead of him.
Indeed, the gap just keeps closing down for Adam. Of course, with that penalty, Adam is essentially in 2nd place now, but I think he's looking for at least a shot to try to catch Play Duchy, as Play Duchy is starting to go through lap traffic now.
He's starting to come past the lapped cars. He just got past my car, I believe he did. So I have now been lapped. It's not something you want to say when you're in a race, but Duchy and Pierre are now having to deal with the traffic at the back. And Duchy next up has AB Techers at the back. Tim is really close behind Piero. Isn't within a second though at the DRS detection zone, so he will not get DRS, but he will try and get as close as he can to Piero. Not if my car has anything to say about it. He's just slot in the middle of the two drivers. But I'll move out the way very nicely there for Tim. I'm a nice guy. Just move out the way from him, let him go past.
So as things stand, Toussaint would currently be 6th with his time penalties. Holland and Jojo might slow themselves down with their fighting though. Ooh, as we have yellow in sector 1. I think that was AB Techers.
I think it is, yeah. I think a couple of drivers just trying to get out the way, yeah. A couple of these drivers here, it looks like if we go to Tim, I think he was trying to get out of the way of a lapped car. Of one of the faster runners up front, played Duchy, and now Piero's coming up to these couple of lapped cars here as well.
Well, actually, Techers and Tim are in the fight for 15th and 16th, but you have the fight for 2nd and 3rd just behind them, and also as well. Don Rajib is caught right back up to Joe, so 3 distinct fights going on the track, so I'll cover the ones in the back, and you can focus on Adam and Piero.
Adam and Piero up front, yes. There's a little bit of a lock-up from those two. Shankster just picking up a 3-second time penalty. As at him now, he's within DRS range. Will he be able to go for it? Piero trying to break the slipstream on the straight. At him, he's going to have the DRS. The dirty air really not helping him. It is very, very strong here. So we actually go down to the back as these two fighting, AB Techers and Tim. Tim running quite wide there, as we can see. At him, getting closer now to Piero. Piero cutting across quite a lot. That'll be another warning for him. Not a penalty from what it looks like.
Tim getting out of the way of the leaders there, so Techers now that far ahead. Joe actually has much better Sector 2 pace compared to Don Rajiv, so that's how he's allowed himself to get far ahead of him before the DRS straight.
Yeah, it looked like Don Rajiv though just managed to get within a second to Joe. As Joe seems to be a little bit quicker on those 2-lap fresher mediums. He's really pushing actually. Joe closing that gap down. He's gaining on Before You Die ahead of him. He's on 6-lap old hards. Joe wants to make the most he can out of these medium tyres. Try not to battle with Don Rajiv too much. He wants to try and make his way back up to the grid, try and get closer to his teammate. It's Jack. Surely he's going to have to pit here, Cypher 18-lap old hards. I can't imagine him getting to the end of the race on these.
Tim with a nice move on Tekkers, although I think Tekkers hit the DRS point. And meanwhile, Adam has DRS on Piero.
And does as he's dropping back a little bit there at the start of the straight.
Ooh, Tim, I might have been a little bit of an illegal block there, but as you were saying earlier with Jax, he could maybe try to push those hards. He'll be on the breaking point by the end of the race, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh!
Tim!
Sorry, Tim. Yeah, Tim pushing Tekkers wide. That could be a penalty to Tim there. Really forcing Tekkers wide there. And as he said, he was doing a few dangerous defensive moves. There's someone looking for a move on the straight. Who is it? I believe is it Tim Van AB again? Oh no, it's Atom Gwyn and Piero really close together. Tim Van AB almost very, very close together as well. Tekker's not being able to get past Tim at the moment.
This is going to be a problem for Toussaint. He's now caught these two. And there goes Tekkers now. He's taking advantage of the blue flag situation. But it's Tim
is going to dive it. He almost went careering into the back of Toussaint. Tekker's going to get involved now. Is there's a battle between the back markers while the front runners are trying to get through middle of the battle, and Tim's round.
I was about to say, I think it's getting a bit personal now. I don't think Tekkers felt too badly about what he did. And
in the end, Tim coming out worse there. I think he already had that wing damage on the front left. But bit of a battle there with Baby Tekkers. But just look, keep an eye here. Tim is gaining on Piero. Attengren gaining on the back of Piero. Will he look for a move? Piero going to go heavily defensive. Atom going to look for the switchback. He's going to go for it. He's going to just get a better run out of the corner, and Atom gets the move done up into second place, and now he's got to try and gain downplay Dutchy for the win here. Atom really pushing. He's just put in the fastest last sector, Cypher on this set of 9-lap hards. He is really, really pushing at the moment. He wants this first place.
Indeed, now Don Rajiv once again on the back of Joe. He'll have a better run down into the hairpin. Will he make the move? Thinks about it, locks up.
Doesn't go for it there. Looks like Joe almost the tyres are equivalent. The tyre wear between the mediums and the hards, for his 4-lap old mediums and those 7-lap, 8-lap hards now, looks like they're sort of equivalent to each other, while he isn't gaining too much on Before You Die. As Mara's into the pits. It's Jax. Surely is he gonna take these hards to the end of the race here, Cypher, or will he pit maybe for a set of softs at the end? Might try and go for fastest lap.
Well, Jax has a penalty too, so if he pits, he'll be. Well, if he doesn't pit, he'll likely be where Don Rajiv is right now, at the right end of the top 10. So, I think his best chance to stay in the top 10 is to not pit. Of course, he will likely see a lot of tire fall off.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Jax will do here. 20 laps on those hards. It's very, very good. If he's able to take those to the end of the race, then it would be quite astonishing if he's able to do that. I can imagine he might come in. Oh, someone's running slow. Is it a lapped car?
Tekkers.
Oh, it's a lapped car. I think of AB Tekkers.
Actually, he's going really slow. Tim got back in front of him. I wonder.
That was Holland.
That much.
That was Holland that just got past Tekkers. I'm not sure what happened there with AB.
I think he was just obeying blue flags, but I think he slowed down a lot more than he needed to. Because now him
Yeah.
and Tim will be back together again, so it's time for round 2, apparently.
It's both of these two drivers really going at each other. Tim runs really wide. It's going to allow AB now to go down the inside of him.
Contact.
Tim trying to go back down the inside of him, pushing Tekker's wide. This is getting very personal between these two.
I told you it's personal.
I think one of these two are going to have to pick up a penalty. It looks like Tim seems to be the instigator at the moment.
And here comes your car too, so...
Oh yeah, now I'm going to get involved in this battle as well. Here I come in the Alfa Romeo. Within a second now, I am within DRS range. Tekker's running really wide. And that's how I've got the overtake. Woo! Up into 16th place I go.
Meanwhile, this is 8th, 9th, and 10th, just behind you guys.
I'm sorry, I was just about to say I'm going for an overtake around the outside. I almost got the move done there. It's Don Rajib is still all over the back of Joe at the moment up front. If we get back to the actual real racing that's happening, as
the Williams of Shankster, and he just came out of the pits, I think. I don't know if he has front wing damage.
No, okay. I don't think he hasn't got any there. Can't see any on his car. Oh, it's Jackson before you die. Before you die, looking for a move now. He's gained really quickly. Is this Jack's got a puncture? Jack has a puncture. He has, and it's just going to allow all the cars go through. And that's what happens when you try to take the tyres to the end of the race. He's going to come in. I imagine he'll come in for a set of softs. I was saying there, 5 for 9, that 21 laps on those hards was a big push there for its Jacks.
What a day for the pole sitter to go from wrecked on lap 1 to now a puncture. I think he'll just be happy to take whatever solace he can from this race. Onto the soft tires he goes. Here comes Thunder and Mares as more things are happening with 8th, 9th, and 10th coming back by Tim and Tekker's.
If we actually have a look here, I've come into the pits for some random reason. That's really annoying. If you have a look here up at 7th, 8th, and 9th Cypher Night, Joe has actually gained on Before You Die, and Don Rajib is still all over the back of Joe, and they have been for quite a while now. Don't know if you could maybe check up on the penalties between these three. I
just know that Don has quite a few. Joe, I think, maybe has one. Before You, I think, is the only clean one. Thunder definitely has a few as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Thunder is 16 seconds, though, behind these three cars. Joe will have DRS to the turn, the hairpin of turn 15. Will he look for the move? He's gaining. Not able to get it there. A little bit of a lockup, but manages to get the car under control in the braking zone, and is right up behind Before You Die now. As I think it's your reaction to the little bit of the squabble that's happening at the back between these two.
Yeah, Tim and Tekker's now in round 3.
I can imagine one of these two is going to take a penalty at the end of the race, but it's not for points and it's not for anything important. So, Joe tried to stick his nose in the inside of Before You Die, and he almost lost the car there, Cypher Night. He almost spun round.
Indeed, definitely, but it's hard to believe that we're actually on lap 26. Feels like this race has flown by just a little bit. As we go down the grid a little bit, Play Dutchy still with the 2.5 second gap on Adam. So it looks like that will be how things stay from now. Toussaint, with this penalty, will likely fall behind Jojo and Holland, which, now I see, Jojo has actually done really well to try to decrease that gap enough so that the time penalty won't affect him too much. And Holland also having a pretty good day of his own in his own little race.
Gee, we have to give credit here to Joe, and I believe also, Joe here, one of the drivers that opted for the 2-stop Cypher Night, and he is might just about be able to get himself up. Oh, he's going to go for a late move. Big lockup, but he stuck his nose in there, got his car in the gap. He might try and look for a move now Before You Die. He's going to try it around the outside. Couldn't get the pass done. Now he's lost the time to Don Rajib. Now Don Rajib's going to be looking for a move around the outside. Will he be able to get the pass done into turn 1? As Joe, he's going to go. Joe's going to go down the inside of Before You Die.
Oh, and Don looking down the inside the McLaren.
And now Before You Die looking down the inside of Don Rajib. Joe getting clear of the two of them. And now these two battling for 8th and 9th place. Will Don Rajib be able to get past Before You Die? Oh, there's a bit of contact between the two of them. There's a bit of three-way battle here.
But that was really good work from Joe to kind of use Before You as a pick. So Don really didn't have too many places to go there. So really good run from both Joe and Don here. Much more improved from the Australia race.
Don Rajib almost lost it on the curb there, but as I was saying before, Joe has done a 2-stop strategy and has come back up into 7th place because of it. So actually, even though Joe started in 2nd, it's actually been a really, really good race for him because he has managed to come out up into 7th, maybe drop back a little bit now if he gets overtaken in this battle, but in the end has come up into 7th here on a 2-stop strategy. And
Don looking for the late move.
Don looking for the late move, just as Joe did. Joe will go for the switchback. This will allow Before You Die to maybe get the move done now on Don Rajib. Can't get the pass done there, no, at the moment.
Meanwhile, we have a battle for 9th and 10th, sorry. Mares using his, Thunder using his teammate Mares, and it's Jax coming back with the late dive bomb. Jax a little bit of contact with Thunder.
Oh, someone's gone wide. It's Tim again, wide.
Yeah, Jax coming back into this race with the soft tires. He's doing everything he's got.
Jax might get a point here.
I'm not too sure. He does have a penalty.
He's going to be gaining on Thunder. Mares won't let him go without a fight, though. As Jax squeezing him to the inside, a bit of contact. But Siphonite, if we can revert our way down, as Joe and Don Rajib now battling. Tim retires from the session. But if we look up front, it's going to come round the final corner, and it's going to be Playducci who wins the race. Attengrin will take 2nd. Piero will come round, and he will take 3rd place to Saint after crashing with Jojo Power in the race last week. Will come round and finish in 4th place. Jojo Power is going to come round the final corner. Where will he finish? Let's have a look. Jojo Power will take 5th place, Holland Campion in the McLaren. After he had a little bit of a disappointing race as well last week. Will come around and finish in 6th.
Run wide.
Oh, Before You, yes, has run wide, and this is a bit of a battle now for who's going to get into 7th place. Will Joe finish behind his teammate? Let's see on the penalties. As Joe gets 7th, Don Rajib gets 8th. Before You Die gets 8th, Don Rajib gets 9th.
Thunder looking for a move on Mares, although this is for 11th because it's Jax past you both. However, don't know
let's
how
see what it is on
out.
It's Jax will come across the line in 10th place track position. Let's see what the penalties do about it. Wait, Mares went pole? That's not right.
No, I think Jax got the last position.
Yeah, I think he did. So that's Jax in 10th place. But if you guys stay for a few more minutes towards the end of the stream, we're going to do a little bit of what we did yesterday. Yeah, I don't think Mares actually got... I don't think Mares actually got pole. But Siphonite, compared to last week's race, that one was really, really good. Nice and clean from all of the drivers. We'll ignore Techers and Tim at the back. But apart from that, really clean between all of the drivers here.
Yeah, you can ignore Mares' positioning. But, yeah. Who would you say is driver of the day? It's kind of difficult to pick.
I think Tim did really well to recover from that spin at the start. I think Joe coming from the 2-stop strategy to get 7th in the end was very good. Jojo Power did really well actually. He started in 10th actually. So he did really well to get up into 5th. Jojo started in 13th. Holland started in 12th. Before You Die started in 15th. Came out in 9th. So it's too close to call here. Mares, he didn't get pole. I think he came 11th. So Jax will get the final point. But it's so many. There were so many good people out there today.
I think I know who I was gonna give it to, but I'm gonna give it to Holland. I think just kind of had a clean race. You know, nothing went wrong after Australia. Kind of the race he needed. I was gonna give him to Adam, but he did have that incident at the very start.
Yeah, so there is the rest of the grid there. And I actually managed to come out in 16th in the end. I got a position up on what I started in, so you know I take that.
Yes, what a very hectic Chinese Grand Prix, as it usually is. But yeah, definitely a lot of twists and turns that we didn't see coming. A lot of different position shifts, strategy up and down as well. Just all around really good showcase of driver skill.
Yeah, it was a very, very clean race, and everyone doing brilliantly here in the Super League. But I think we're doing what we were doing yesterday, where Gavra is just trying a couple of new things on Twitch, just trying to grab new audiences into our Twitch streams and just into Gavra Racing in general. So we'll just wait for that to happen, and then we can end the stream. But if you haven't already, go subscribe over to Gavra Racing. The last time I checked, which I'll just double check again now, we were on 995 subs. Let's have a look. Gavra Racing. We're on 996 subs now. 4 subscribers away from 1,000. So please, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Gavra Racing. It'll be really appreciated. We wanted to get to this milestone for a while. We want to get there before the end of the year. So if you guys can do that, that would be great. If you could also if you are able to, pop a Twitch Prime sub here on our Twitch channel, and check out, if you haven't already, or if you're aren't already in the Discord, make sure to join. We have all the information on there. All the chats for all the different leagues are on there as well. The website has all the information, standings, and the calendars as well, and any other information. And we also have Twitter and Instagram as well, where I post both the different standings and links to the streams when they come live. But it's been a good one, Cypher Knight. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
And I'll just wait to see when I can end the stream. And then yeah, that'll be all here from the Super League. Make sure you join us next week, same time, but we will be in the Dutch Grand Prix, I believe it is, Cyphernet, in the Netherlands.
The third race?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because we went straight to China. Yeah, it might be Dutch.
Let me just... I can have a look. 2 seconds. Yes, it is. So you'll be joining us on the 24th for the Dutch Grand Prix. And we'll be starting at the same time. 2100 Central Eastern Time. And 2000 British Standard Time. So make sure you join us then. And yeah, thank you to all his Gavra. Thank you to Gavra and all of his team for making this all possible and handling all the leagues and drivers. And yeah, we will see you all next week.
Yep, see you then.